Yo, what's happening, YouTube family? Been a minute since I gave you guys any sort of update, and I wanted to just tap in with everybody and let you know what's happening with this 62 project. Today, after getting the car, I hadn't really done anything with it, right? I took it off the body cart, stuck it on the blocks and the wood in preparation to doing some work. But, I've been sidetracked with other things. Honestly, since the weather got better here, I haven't done a whole lot of anything on any of these cars. I've just been looking at them. And sometimes it happens like that. Sipping on my brew, chilling, and just looking at the cars. But finally today, it hit me, and when I said it hit me, just a little bit of motivation kicked in. Watching, a few of my own videos and looking at other cars and drawing some inspiration. And with that said, I got the DA out and I'm getting ready to just start buzzing off some of the Bondo that's already on the car that you see right here in this quarter area. So this car is a solid body. Somebody did something with the floors and underneath is like new. But like I think I said in the previous videos, like somebody has done some patchwork on it. You can see this seam right here. Like somebody replaced a panel. I don't know if it was this forward portion or the rearward portion, but we'll figure it out eventually. But it looks like somebody had started to like skim the area with some Bondo. Maybe it was the person who had it previously before the people I got it from. And they, the last person who had it was actually at a shop, and it looks like they started to strip all that off. And for whatever reason, they, you know, got somebody stopped on the project. So I'm gonna pick up where they left off, and I'm gonna uncover this little section right now, just because I'm tired of looking at it. And clean it up, get it down to metal, and then start trying to get my game plan together. I then probably gonna move to doing the same up top here because there are a couple areas that need some attention. I can pretty much tell like this whole area here has been skim coated with filler. So, but you see like right there, there's like somebody didn't finish. I think they just spread the filler and they probably intended to go back over and sand it down. They didn't, and they just sprayed this epoxy or primer, whatever the heck this is, to protect the car. Yeah, as you can see, the areas that have been taken down to metal, it's already getting some little surface rust from, just, I don't know, there's moisture in the air. Although it's inside, you guys all know my shop has roof leaks, etc. But it was like that when I got it. So anyway, what I'm planning to do, buzz that down and get a good look at everything. More like those areas that have the welding, hit that with a little bit of Duraclass, and then I'm gonna start to skim coat the whole thing with filler and start working this quarter to try to get it nice and flat. I can also see some evidence that somebody did a little something here on this pillar, and it looks like somebody started to sand down whatever filler they put on there to see what was going on. So I'm gonna have to do some work on the roof. Again, I have a feeling that the shop that this came from, they build a lot of high quality show cars, and I think they were probably skim coating this whole thing and planning to just block the whole car to try to get it laser straight. So I'm gonna try and do the same, right? Because overall it's solid, doesn't really need much. There's a couple areas that need some finessing. There's a little bit of work back here in the trunk that they didn't finish, and they deleted like the trunk well and just put a flat panel there. I'm okay with that. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. And then I got this side. It's tough to see. I still gotta remember I need to install my lights. But yeah, this side is in decent shape, but same thing. It's been skimmed with filler, so I got to do this side too. But the plan is to start on the other side. And you see the inside is nice. I don't really need to do anything in here. The one thing I do want to do is go take apart the dashboard and the four-door and start getting that transferred over here so that I can get those in primer and looking good and fitted up, etc. Just getting it together, because the idea is to get these two rear quarters straightened out, and get it sitting on a frame. Yeah, and I also need to grab this piece of the cowl right here off of one of the parts cars out there. I don't know what they were doing here. I know the firewall was shaved, and maybe that part was bad or something. I don't know, and they took it off. They took it off nicely, but I didn't get that piece with the car. So it was lost along the way, but no big deal, right? I got a couple parts cars. We got a four-door parts car out there, and I got that coupe shell that's all rusted to hell. So I'm gonna transfer that over too. I'm gonna take my time doing it, but I mean, it shouldn't take too long. My only issue is not having a whole lot of time to spend on it. So, I might do a couple hours today and throughout the week, an hour here, an hour there, etc. So that's the game plan. I just want to let you guys know and just check in with the people. I'm still here working, but I'm just getting back to work, and I'll say it like that. I've still been around, just more so chilling. Anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna hit pause now and go ahead and fire up the compressor, buzz this area down, and I'll bring you back and show you guys what we found and where we made it for the day. Just gonna do a little bit. All right, people. Be right back. Shawnee C at Motor City Customs coming back at you. So yeah, I started, as you can see by the Bondo dust on the ground there, started to buzz it off. I'm using 120 grit. I didn't want to scratch it up too bad with 80 grit, but who knows? We'll see what happens. I just happen to have a good amount of 120 grit and only a little bit of 80 grit. That's one thing. Before you take on a project like this, make sure you have all your supplies so you can just keep rolling, Sometimes you may think you have it, make some assumptions, and that can hold you up during your project. Like, oh, damn, I got the wrong sandpaper, or, oh, I'm almost out of filler, or can't find my Duraglass, whatever the case may be. Get all your stuff together beforehand so once you get in the groove, you can just keep going and stay consistent. Anyway, so the good news is no surprises. It's just coming off, and it's basically like I expected, just a skim coat. There's no like major holes or anything that somebody was trying to cover up. It looks like they started to skim it and just didn't finish. And then somebody at some point decided, hey, they wanted to see what was under it and started taking it all down. I can't really tell, but I have a feeling like they didn't really Duraglass the seams here. It looks like they just straight put filler over it. So maybe whoever found that and said, oh man, I gotta see what the hell else is under here and make sure it's right. Because when you do this, the areas that have where the panels are joined, you want to try to use a stronger filler than just this regular Bondo, whatever you want to call it. You should always use like some kind of Duraglass or fiberglass filler. It's just a little bit stronger and it can hold up better to the elements of water and whatnot. You don't want any moisture in any of this stuff, but reality is if your car is outside, it's probably going to get wet at some point or another, or car washes, whatever the case may be. But so that's it. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update there. I'm gonna get back at it, but like I said, I'm not going to go too crazy. Now that I know that's the case there, I'm gonna make an assumption that the rest of this quarter is pretty much the same way. So I don't think I'm gonna sand all of it off. It's actually not bad. Just in this area right here, I need to address this because, the last thing you want to do is get all this done and you can still tell where the seam is at and where the panels were joined. So I'm gonna spend some time getting that right. But I don't know if I'm gonna get all that in this particular video. This is just the reintroduction of the project. I'm getting a little bit of work going, and then just stick with me, and over the next few days we'll get back rolling with some more hands-on body work. So that's that. Long term, the plan is to get this together and get it sitting on a frame. I didn't show you guys, but one of my good friends just hooked me up with a frame. I'm still torn on if I'm going to put this frame under this car, but this frame was getting prepped for hydraulics. So looks like it started off life as a Canadian frame, just boxed And, you know, it's got some mild reinforcements. And coincidentally, I know who did that work. It wasn't me, but, you know, it's work nonetheless. It's better than stock. But for what I'm doing, I don't really need more than stock. So I'm not planning to do anything more to this frame. So with that being said, I might go ahead and use it. The only thing it's had some work where the trailing arms were relocated so you can have a high lockup, and I don't have the extended trailing arms you would need, so I would probably have to either make those or find somewhere and buy them. But man, I'm out of room in the shop. I didn't want to stick it outside, but it's right now in the wettest area of the shop. But anyway, because of the trailing arm situation with it, it may not be in my best interest to throw it under this car right now, because the whole point of me putting the frame under is to be able to move the car around. And I don't know if I'm gonna have time right now to get together and fabricate some extended trailing arms. So what I'm probably gonna do is go with my first plan and head outside here and snatch the frame out from under the actual parts car I bought for it. I mean, I got a couple good frames under a couple of these cars, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take the one off of this four-door. As you can see, it's already got wheels on it and everything, and it's a good rolling frame. So it's just like, damn, where am I gonna do that at? I can't take it in the shop right now, so I'd have to do it right out here. And I have to move this Fleetwood out of the way. But I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. I think I got enough room. I might have to move a car or two, but to be able to get access to lift it up, I gotta pull the front clip off. So I'm planning to use that anyway, and a few of the other parts off of it. It's for that car, right? So yeah, there's no shortage of work that needs to be done. But you know, you gotta start somewhere. So that's where we're at today. And this is the one I was showing you. I'm probably gonna take this cowl off, but we'll see. If I get that other one up in the air, I might just take it off of there. But the point is, we're on it. We're on it. So one step at a time, little by little, it'll come together. You know, who knows? This could take me a month or two, or it might take all summer. But either way, I'm gonna take you guys along for the journey and show you how I do things. All right? So that's it for now. I'm your host, Shawnee C. at Motor City Customs, back on the 62 Coupe project. Come along for the ride and let's get this car together. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the content, hit like. And if you want to let somebody else know about what we're doing over here at Motor City Customs, hit that share button and let your folks know to check out the videos. There it is, guys. That's it for now. Be safe, take care, and we'll see you again real soon. Peace out.